Welcome, everybody. I'm Charles Payne in for Neil Cavuto. And Fox on top of the pork spending that's far from over. In just hours, the Senate will vote on a short-term spending bill filled with pet projects, including Majority Leader Harry Reid's measure to fund geothermal energy projects in his home state of Nevada, as well as several others. This coming, of course, just days after that $1.3 trillion bill laced with earmarks was shot down in the Senate. To Congressman Tom McClintock, who says these earmarks have got to go, the California Republican and newest member of the House Budget Committee, joins me now. Congressman, thanks for your time this afternoon. What part of the November election results don't they get?
Well, I have a theory. A lot of them don't watch Fox News, so it's possible they just didn't hear about the election. I mean, you could say that they're partying like irresponsible teenagers, but even irresponsible teenagers have enough sense to stop trashing the house after the parents have called to say they're on their way home, and that's what's going on. Okay, now listen, we've got this continuing resolution that's going to be voted on. Listen, everyone says it has to go through, otherwise we won't be able to fund the government. So just how much of a hard line can be taken on these earmarks at this point? Well, I believe that House Republicans have made it very clear in our Pledge to America that we're not going to tolerate spending above the 2008 level. This continuing resolution not only goes above the 2008 level, it actually takes us another $1 billion or so above the 2010 level.
Right, but I think my point here is, are you willing to draw the line to the point where even our country could actually have no budget at all and not fund the government?
Well, again, we don't take over the majority of the House until January the 5th, so we're still in the minority. I don't believe you're going to see any Republican votes, or very few Republican votes anyway, for the continuing resolution that spends above the 2010 levels. And once the House Republicans are seated on January the 5th, I think you're going to see a very hard line taken to hold spending at or below the 2008 level.
Let's talk about this January 5th date. What can we expect with respect to the debt ceiling? A lot of people saying this might be the first real test of the new Congress.
Well, I can only speak for myself, but in my view, the only way that a vote would be justified to increase the debt limit is if there is a credible plan in place to repay that additional debt within the first year and to pay down the nation's debt into the future. Not just promised, but actually in place. Yeah, well, that's sort of like saying I could lose weight if I stop eating donuts. We just know that's not going to be the case, right? Well, if that is not actually in law, then personally I can't support an increase in the debt limit. Okay, well, for the last month or so, one of the big discussion points has been how deaf-toned really the Republicans have been. In other words, the earmarks, pork, all the different euphemisms that have been used to sort of get around the fact that they are pork. A lot of Republicans have been guilty of, from the tax bill to the spending bill, and even in this continuing resolution. Do you think the Republicans are going to take a harder line January 5th? I do see where on the Budget Committee there are going to be 11 freshman GOP members. To me, that seems like maybe they're going to change their course in line of thinking. Oh, absolutely. Republicans broke their promise to hold the line on spending, to bring down the deficit during the Bush years. The good news I can offer you is a lot of the folks that were responsible for that debacle were turned out of office by the voters in 2006 and 2008 and a few more in 2010. And they've been replaced by people who are absolutely committed to restore those Republican principles of individual freedom and limited government. Those who are left from those days, I think, fall into two groups. They're either sadder but wiser, or they're scared to death of the Tea Party. Are they wise enough, as Republicans and Democrats, to change the course, to stop spending, and to really do the things? Austerity is the word of the year, according to one dictionary. Are your colleagues ready to do what you're ready to do? Oh, absolutely. And don't forget, history's screaming this warning at us that countries that bankrupt themselves aren't around very long. Because before you can provide for the common defense and promote the general welfare and do all the things we form a national government to do, you've got to be able to pay for it. And the government's ability to do so is now coming into serious doubt. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Merry Christmas to you and your family. We appreciate it. Merry Christmas, Charles. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. As Representative McClintock pointed out, it was the Tea Party that helped defeat that $1.3 trillion omnibus bill last week. But my next guest says that the